Hi students, welcome to online classes, degree first year, economics, English medium students. Dear students, we are discussing the indifference curve analysis. In the indifference curve analysis, already few concepts were discussed by the last class of indifference curve analysis. Here, properties of indifference curve, how a consumer equilibrium with the help of indifference curve, what is the ICC and what is the PCC are the discussing topic in the previous videos. So here students, let me say one thing. Already we discussed the price consumption curve. We discussed the price consumption curve. So in the indifference curve analysis, let me say one thing. You think it, you noted to be here. Indifference curve analysis is totally depends upon the ordinal utility. Indifference curve analysis is totally depends upon the ordinal utility. What is the ordinal utility? Which means the utility which can be comparable between one commodity to another commodity. The utility which can be comparison between one commodity to another commodity. This is called ordinal utility. So the indifference curve analysis totally depends upon the ordinal utility due to when we are going to analyze the indifference curve analysis before we want to learn the ordinal utility. So this was completed by the last class. Few words I want to say here. What is the ordinal means? Suppose this is a line. This line is suppose a 5 centimeters. Example, this line is 5 centimeters length. Okay, and this is a 7 centimeters length. The length of the curve we can measure in terms of numerical values. This is cardinal. This is no problem. So when we analyze only the single one, why? Because it can be measurable. Why? Because the line length of the line is 5 centimeters, no problem. So it can be measured. The measuring utility can be, we can say as the cardinal utility, no problem. But here, I want to know one thing here. This is the curve A. The curve is 5 centimeters curve is A. The A curve is a short or long, tell me. The A curve is short or long. Is it short or long? Tell me. No, we can't say. Why? Means suppose ఇది ఇట్లా అనుకుందాం. దీనికన్నా పెద్దది గీస్తే ఇది చిన్నగా అవుతుంది, లేదు దీనికన్నా చిన్నది గీస్తే ఇది పెద్దగా అవుతుంది. అంటే ఒకటే ఉన్నప్పుడు దాన్ని డిసైడ్ చేయలేము. చెయ్యాలి అన్నప్పుడు ఏం కావాలి? ఇంకొకటి కావాలి. ఇక్కడ ఆర్డినల్ చెప్పేది కూడా అదే. ఒకటి ఉంటే మనం డిసైడ్ చేయలేము. దాని పక్కమటి one more goods to be determined in between comparison between one to another commodity. సో ఇక్కడ ఇది ఉంది. సపోజ్ ఇప్పుడు ఇది గీద్దాం. సెంటీమీటర్స్ పక్కా పెట్టండి. సపోజ్ దిస్ ఇస్ ఏ. ఇప్పుడు ఈ బీని చూస్తే ఏ పెద్దది. ఓకే, వెన్ వి కంపారిజన్ టు బి, ద ఏ ఇస్ ద లాంగర్. దెన్ this is a C, then A is the shorter than the C. Is it? అంటే ఇక్కడ మనం దీన్ని ఏని కంపారిజన్ చెయ్యాలి అంటే పక్కన ఇంకోటి ఉన్నప్పుడు మాత్రమే కంపారిజన్ చేస్తాం. పక్కన లేకపోతే కంపారిజన్ చేయలేం. ఒకటి కంపారిజన్ చేయడం సాధ్యం కాదు. ఇంతకన్నా ఈ ఏ అనేది బీసీ లేదు. ఏ అనేది పెద్దదా చిన్నదా చెప్పలేం. ఎప్పుడు చెబుతాము? దాని పక్కన ఇంకోటి ఉన్నప్పుడు. దానికన్నా తక్కువది ఉంటే ఇది పెద్దది అంటాం, దీనికన్నా పెద్దది ఉంటే చిన్నది అంటాం. సేమ్ ద ఆర్డినల్ యూటిలిటీ ఇస్ ఆల్సో కంపారిజన్ బిట్వీన్ వన్ కమోడిటీ టు అనదర్ కమోడిటీ. సపోజ్ వెన్ యూ హ్యావింగ్ ద టీ, సో ఇఫ్ నాట్ అవైలబుల్ ద టీ, యూ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు టేక్ ద కాఫీ. ఇస్ ఇట్? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ ద టీ gives us a 20 utils of satisfaction. If you take the coffee will give us the 30 utils of satisfaction. Means so coffee is better than tea. What I explained, it's a comparison. between one good to another good. In here I discussed tea coffee. Here I discussed AB. In the same way, the utility can be comparison between one commodity to another commodity. The comparison is called ordinal utility. The comparison is called ordinal utility. So the ordinal utility totally means the indifference curve analysis totally depends upon the ordinal utility. Let me say here price consumption curve. This is called PCC. So how can we build the price consumption curve? What is the price consumption curve? First of all, if any changes in price of the commodity, the consumption of the consumer will be also changes. So the consumption depends upon the price of the commodity. If any changes in price, automatically the consumption of the consumer, the consumption of the buyer also changes. When we joined all the points, we get the price consumption curve. Price consumption curve. Here the consumer is using the two type of goods. One is namely X and Y or A, B, whatever may be. Here let me explain. This is a X and this is Y. This is a O. Then Y good and this is a X good. I taken Y good on OY axis, X good on OX axis. Then this is the budget line, namely this is a B. What is the AB? AB are the budget line. The income of the consumer, how much income the consumer having, this much means AB. Okay, the consumer income is AB. At the AB income, consumer wants to purchase. This is a utilization curve. It is a IC1. Here equilibrium position. Okay, at point E. What happened here? Why the equilibrium of at point E? Income of the consumer, the indifference curve, both are equal. The IC curve tangent to the budget curve at line E, at point E. So it is the equilibrium. Okay. Then when the Y good price constant, simple, Y good price constant, then X good price changes. Then automatically a consumer wants to buy more and more of X good. Then there is a formation of another budget line, namely B to B1. At the previous level, the Y good is purchasing only OA, and the same way the X good is OB. Then the price of Y good is constant, but there is a changes in price of X good, means X price decreases. Automatically, he reduce the price of Y and increase the good of X. Then in the another budget line here, this is IC2 here, another budget line, form another budget line. Why? Because the price of X good decreases. Then he wants to more commodities of X. Then B2. Then he wants to equilibrium. This is IC3. E2. Okay, E1, E2. At point E will be equilibrium of the consumer. Then income changes. Income changes means if he wants to purchase more and more X goods, the equilibrium changes to E1. If the price of X good changes, automatically their equilibrium is changed to E2. Okay, what is going on here? Which means if price of the consumer price changes, automatically the consumption is also changes. What the price changes? The price decrease B to B1 and the B1 to B2. The price decreases, automatically he wants to purchase more and more of that commodity only. But the Y price is constant, X price decreases. So he wants to increase more and more, price increases or price decreases, changes in price. Automatically there is a consumption of consumer is also changes. Means price decreases, the consumption is also increases. If the price increases, the consumption decreases. Is it? So this is a price consumption curve. When we joined all the points, we get the consumption PCC curve, price consumption curve. This is also we discussed in the previous videos. But the point is, price consumption curve, how can we derive the demand curve from the price consumption curve? This is the main topic. This is the main discussion in this video. How to say? Derived the derived the demand curve from price consumption curve. So this is the title today. This is the title today. How can we derive the demand curve from the PCC curve? Let me say, suppose this is a this is a R, and this is a Q. Okay, then this is a Q1 here, and this is a Q3 here. Okay, Q1, Q2, Q1, Q2. Then simple R, then R1, R2. What is happening here? The Y commodity decreases, then the X commodity increases. He wants to reduce the Y commodity. He wants to increase the X commodity. But how much percentage? For example, the consumer having OA of income. అతని దగ్గర ఇంత డబ్బు ఉందండి. ఇంత డబ్బు ఉన్నప్పుడు X మీద ఎంత పెడుతున్నాడు? OR. How much income they want to purchase on Y commodities? OAR. Simple. Here, the price of P1 is equal to AR by OQ. Okay, then here OQ. Then P2 AR1 by OQ1 is equal to OQ1. Then P3 AR2 by OQ2. Okay. Then see here OQ2. This is a observe carefully. Q1, Q2. This is a P1, P2 or P1, P2, P3, whatever maybe, whatever you think. P1, then P2. Numbers are not important. Concept is important. P3. Then when we joined all the points, so this is demand curve. Here, this axis represents price of the commodity, and this axis represents demand of the commodity. Simple. The Y commodity decreases, the X commodity increases. Here, price decreases. Price decreases, automatically the demand also increases. So we derived the demand curve. This is the demand curve. We derived the demand curve from ICC. The same, Y commodity decreases, X commodity increases. Once again, you observe here AR by OQ. Simple. The price is P1. AR by here. AR by OQ. AR ఇంత ఖర్చు పెడుతున్నాడు. ఎంత వాడుతూ ఎంత డిమాండ్ చేస్తున్నాడు? Expenditure on Y commodities AR. Then the AR is decreases to R2 R1. The income expenditure on Y is decreases to R2 R1. Then he decreases to income on Y commodity decreases. Decreases means the price is, there is no changes in price due to the consumer is increases to wants to purchase the X commodity. The Y commodity constant. See here, same, all points are there. Y price is constant, but the changes in the X commodity, then automatically the consumer, see here, the Y commodity decreases, the X commodity also increases due to, this is the formula to find out the price consumption curve. So this is the way of the derive the demand curve from the price consumption or in the PCC curve. Okay, so this is the way of the presentation of the derivation of demand curve from the ICC. So students, మీకు ఈ వీడియో నచ్చితే లైక్ చేయండి, తర్వాత మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఉంటే షేర్ చేయండి, తర్వాత కొత్తగా వచ్చిన వాళ్ళకి సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ.